Hello and welcome to day 61 of our Chronological Bible in Ear reading. Today we have Numbers 16 and 17. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 16 and 17. Okay. Numbers 16. And Korah, son of Yitshar, son of Kehath, son of Levi, took both Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, son of Peleth, sons of Reuben. And they rose up before Moshe with some of the children of Yisrael, 250 leaders of the congregation, called ones of the meeting, men of name. And they assembled against Moshe and against Aaron, and said to them, Enough of you, for all the congregation is Kadesh, which means holy. All of them, and Yahuwah is in their midst. Why then do you lift up yourselves above the assembly of Yahuwah? And when Moshe heard, he fell on his face, and spoke to Korah and all his company, saying, Tomorrow morning Yahuwah shall make known who is his and who is Kadesh, and come near to him, and let him bring near to him the one whom he chooses. Do this. Take fire holders, Korah and all your company, and put fire in them, and put incense in them before Yahuwah tomorrow. And it shall be that the one whom Yahuwah chooses is the Kadosh one, which means sanctified one, I believe. Let me just double check that. Kadosh, sanctified. Yep. Enough of you, sons of Levi. And Moshe said to Korah, Hear now, you sons of Levi, is it little to you that the Elohim of Yisrael has separated you from the congregation of Yisrael, to bring you near to himself, to perform the service of the Mishkan, which means tabernacle, of Yahuwah, and to stand before the congregation to serve them? And that he has brought you near to himself, you and all your brothers, the sons of Levi, with you. Yet you seek the Kehanah as well. I believe that means priesthood. I'm going to verify that. Kehanah, priesthood, yes. Therefore, you and all your company are assembled against Yahuwah. And Aaron, what is he that you grumble against him? And Moshe sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, but they said, We are not coming up. Is it little that you have brought us up out of a land flowing with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness, that you would also seize total rule over us? Also, you have not brought us into a land flowing with milk and honey, nor given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Would you bore out the eyes of these men? We are not coming up. And Moshe became very displeased, and said to Yahuwah, Do not respect our offering. I have not taken one donkey from them, nor have I done harm to any of them. Then Moshe said to Korah, Tomorrow you and all your company shall be there before Yahuwah, you and they and Aaron. And take each one his fire holder, and you shall put incense in it. And let each one bring his fire holder before Yahuwah, 250 fire holders, and you and Aaron each one hold his fire holder. So each one took his fire holder and put fire in it, and laid incense on it, and stood at the door of the tent of appointment with Moshe and Aaron. And Korah assembled all the congregation against them at the door of the tent of appointment. Then the esteem of Yahuwah appeared to all the congregation. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe and to Aaron, saying, Separate yourselves from the midst of this congregation, and let me consume them in a moment. But they fell on their faces and said, O Elohim of the spirits of all flesh, when one man sins, are you wroth with all the congregation? And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the congregation, saying, Move away from around the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. So Moshe rose up and went to Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Yisrael followed him. And he spoke to the congregation, saying, Please turn away from the tents of these wicked men. Do not touch whatever belongs to them, lest you be consumed in all their sins. Then they moved away from around the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. And Dathan and Abiram came out and stood at the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children. And Moshe said, By this you know that Yahuwah has sent me to do all these works, not because of my own heart. If these die as all men do, or if they are visited as all men are visited, then Yahuwah has not sent me. But if Yahuwah creates what is unheard of, and the earth opens its mouth and swallows them up with all that belongs to them, and they go down alive into the grave, then you shall know that these men have scorned Yahuwah. And it came to be, as he ended speaking all these words, that the ground under them split apart, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up with their households, and all the men with Korah with all their goods. So they and all those with them went down alive into the grave, and the earth closed over them, and they perished from the midst of the assembly. God does not play about sin. And all Yisrael who were round about them fled at their cry, for they said, Lest the earth swallow us up. And a fire came out from Yahuwah and consumed the 250 men who were offering incense. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Say to Eleazar, son of Aaron, and the Kohen, which means priest, to pick up the fire holders out of the blaze, for they are Kadesh, and scatter the fire some distance away. The fire holders of these men who sinned against their own lives, let them be made into beaten plates as a covering for the altar, because they brought them before Yahuwah, therefore they are Kadesh, and let them become a sign to the children of Yisrael. And Eleazar the Kohen took the bronze fire holders which those who were burned up had brought, and they were beaten out as a covering on the altar, a remembrance to the children of Yisrael, that no stranger who is not of the seed of Aaron should come near to offer incense before Yahuwah, and not be like Korah and his company, as Yahuwah had said to him through Moshe. But all the congregation of the children of Yisrael grumbled against Moshe and against Aaron on the next day, saying, You have killed the people of Yahuwah. And it came to be, when the congregation assembled against Moshe and against Aaron, that they turned toward the tent of appointment. And see, the cloud covered it, and the esteem of Yahuwah appeared. And Moshe and Aaron came before the tent of appointment, and Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Arise from amidst this congregation, and let me consume them in a moment. And they fell on their faces. So Moshe said to Aaron, Take the fire holder, and put fire in it from the altar, and lay incense on, and go. Hurry to the congregation, and make atonement for them, for wrath has gone out from Yahuwah. The plague has begun. And Aaron took it as Moshe commanded, and ran into the midst of the assembly, and saw that the plague had begun among the people. And he laid on the incense, and made atonement for the people, and stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stopped. And those who died in the plague were 14,700, besides those who died on account of Korah. Then Aaron returned to Moshe at the door of the tent of appointment, for the plague had stopped. Chapter 17. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Yisrael, and take from them a rod from each father's house, all their leaders according to their father's houses, 12 rods. Write each one's name on his rod, and write Aaron's name on the rod of Levi, for there is one rod for the head of each father's house. You shall then place them in the tent of appointment before the witness, where I meet with you. And it shall be that the rod of the man whom I choose buds, and I shall rid myself of the grumblings of the children of Yisrael, which they grumble against you. And Moshe spoke to the children of Yisrael, and all their leaders gave him a rod each, for each leader according to their father's houses, 12 rods. And the rod of Aaron was among their rods. So Moshe placed the rods before Yahuwah in the tent of a witness. And it came to be on the next day that Moshe went into the tent of the witness, and saw that the rod of Aaron of the house of Levi had budded, and brought forth buds, and blossomed, and bore ripe almonds. And Moshe brought out all the rods from before Yahuwah to all the children of Yisrael. And they looked, and each man took his rod. And Yahuwah said to Moshe, Bring Aaron's rod back before the witness, to be kept as a sign against the rebels, so that you put an end to their grumblings against me, lest they die. And Moshe did as Yahuwah had commanded him, so he did. And the children of Israel spoke to Moshe, saying, See, we shall die, we shall perish, we shall all perish. Anyone who comes near the Mishkan of Yahuwah dies. Shall we be consumed to die? And that concludes our reading for today. A little bit of a shorter day, as it looks like we're running on time. Anyway, thanks for reading. Thanks for joining. Hope you're reading along with me. And peace and blessings and love to you. See you next time.